Tom Downey here for NFL Daily at Chat Sports. A new 2024 NFL mock draft following week 1 of the college football season. The surprise of nobody at number 1, Caleb Williams, the quarterback out of USC to the Arizona Cardinals. The highlights are super fun, aren't they? The out-of-structure stuff is pretty awesome. From what Williams, I just want to see a little bit more in-structure stuff. A little bit more in-structure, and he's still my number 1 guy, but that's just what I want to see more of. There's always room for growth. Now, in terms of the order, you can blame us here at Chat Sports, but do it on the right video. Go complain on the Chat Sports Power Rankings video. I will link that in the comment section, so make sure you're subscribed, and you can go complain over there instead. When you saw Indy at 2, didn't you all know it was going to be Marvin Harrison Jr.? This is the pipe dream for Jim Irsay. Gets to bring back the son of probably the greatest Colts wide receiver in history. It's a no-brainer for Indy to try to grow Anthony Richardson. Number 3, and I'll be honest here, Cardinals fans, I didn't love the options. The best options are quarterback and offensive lineman right now. Arizona does not need, because they have Caleb Williams. And they have, 2 tackles in DJ Humphries, etc. So I'll go with Jared Verse to give some pass rush help there. Got to see more to justify a true top 3 pick, but the raw talent is there. I just didn't love the players fit. In reality, they would trade down here, but we're not projecting trades. Drake Maye at number 4, because someone will jump to take Drake Maye at 4. I do not think there is that big of a gap between Drake Maye and Caleb Williams. I think Maye is probably a better in-the-pocket passer right now who can do some outside structure stuff there. In a class with, like last year's class, we're talking about Drake Maye, number 1 overall pick. If he does what we think he will continue to do, there's a lot of stuff like kind of in that Justin Herbert mold there, but I would still take Caleb Williams over him. Who would you guys pick? The majority going to go Caleb, I suspect, but there are some Drake Maye truthers out there, I know. So pick a QB. CW for Caleb Williams, DM for Drake Maye. It is today's pinned comment. So if the ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and go vote. Number 5, the Chicago Bears. I don't love edge this early, but I didn't want to take another tackle for the Bears because you guys got mad at me when they're like, you just play one at guard, whatever, it's fine. It's top 5 pick. I get it. Dallas Turner, there's your unique Ngakoue replacement. Number 6, Olu Fashanu out of Penn State. I would have gone Kool-Aid McKinstry here, but Jermaine Illuminor is your right tackle, so go plug him in at right tackle. Fashanu, I think, would have been a top 5 pick in last year's draft. I think he's that caliber of player. He was great in week 1. Big fan of his game. Number 7, Rams just take the best player on the board. That's Kool-Aid McKinstry out of Alabama. The corner has number 1 corner upside. There is your true, Jalen Ramsey replacement. Let's have some fun at number 8, J.J. McCarthy. I thought, again, level of competition, I know. I thought he looked awesome in week 1. I got to see all of that all year long. There is plenty of projection with this pick. But the arm talent that everyone falls in love with for Quinn Ewers, which I get, McCarthy's got a great arm too. And he's a great athlete as well. Do we see enough of the advanced, pure NFL stuff? We'll wait and see. But the Commanders are picking top 8, means Sam Howell ain't it. Number 9, and before Bears fans go, you have Cole Kmet. You do have Cole Kmet. What I did here is I took the best playmaker on offense, Brock Bowers. And I'm going to use him as a de facto slot wide receiver. I'll say goodbye to one of Darnell Mooney or Chase Claypool, and I'll put Brock Bowers in the slot. And I can utilize some 2 tight end packages, which would be fun for a team that likes to run the football as well. I know tight end is not a need, but if you put, OW for offensive weapon, then Brock Bowers does make sense for Chicago. Number 10, let's keep having some fun here. Shedeur Sanders has always been talented. He was really good at Jackson State. It was, does that translate to the Power 5 level at Colorado? And through one game, it is a resounding yes. He executed the plays, made some downfield throws, showed some out-of-structure stuff. everything you were looking for one game only, we saw from the young Colorado quarterback. Now, again, he has to do it for more than just one game. But that QB3 battle's wide open. Behind Caleb Williams, behind Drake May, there's a lot of good contenders. And Sanders can be one of those options. So will Shedeur Sanders be a first-round pick? Y for yes, N for no. Falcons are drafting top 10. Probably means quarterback play was an issue there. Predict it for me. Y or N in the comments section. Number 11, Amarius Mims out of Georgia to Green Bay. There's your eventual David Bakhtiari replacement. Mims was also awesome in week 1. Chop Robinson is, again, I've made this point before the season began, still true. It's projection, it's upside. You're not going to base it all on one game necessarily, but there's a lot of potential talent for Robinson. Historically, Denver likes taking pass rush options. J.C. Latham out of Bama to Tennessee. There's your right tackle. Skronsky, your linchpin on the left side. Latham, your linchpin on the right side. I like that fit, especially with long-term uncertainty, in part because of the suspension this year for Nicholas Petit-Frere at the right tackle spot. Now, today's show is made possible by BetUS. You guys can get a 125% deposit bonus by going to chatsports.com/bet and using promo code NFLDaily. Chatsports.com/bet. $100 down, minimum 125% deposit bonus. The first non-QB drafted odds. Marvin Harrison -110. That makes sense. Fashanu should be second, +350. I love the value of Amarius Mims +2,000. It's a long shot bet. That's really good value, though, for the first non-QB drafted. You can bet on them on overall pick, too. Chatsports.com/bet, promo code NFLDaily. Number 14, Joe Alt, you're going Tom, a tackle for the Saints. They have those guys. Yes, but they have no guards next year. They're both free agents. Pete and Cesar Ruiz are going to be free agents. So there's a player who can play guard in Joe Alt. So that's the position switch, so to speak. 15, Malik Neighbors out of LSU to the Patriots. They still need more playmakers, and with Brock Bowers gone, I do like Neighbors quite a bit. Number 16, why not reunite Kalen King and Joey Porter Jr.? Plus, you need another corner for Pittsburgh there long-term. King's got that dog in him, which I love at the cornerback spot. More reunions. Emeka Egbuka gets to reunite with C.J. Stroud. Plus, receivers a huge need. So I think it actually does make a ton of sense. The Vikings at 18. By the way, Quinn Ewers minus the mullet just looks wrong, right? It doesn't look good. Again, we'll know a lot more with Ewers after next week when he plays Alabama, but the raw talent's there. If Steve Sarkisian can make it work, there will be first-round buzz in a very promising, not strong, but promising upside-wise quarterback class. Number 19, Mason Smith. Leonard Williams' deal is beginning to wind down. Did not get to play week 1. Thanks, NCAA. There's your replacement. Another fun piece for Don Wink Martindale. An edge rusher here for the Detroit Lions, since I do love James Houston, but he's probably a third down guy only. JT Tuimoloau. If you only watched him against Penn State, you're going, this guy should drop the 0. He's going number 2. Well, he didn't always play like that. So, a little bit of some, be better, be that guy. He'll be way earlier, but there is talent for the OSU edge. Leonard Taylor out of Miami to the Seattle Seahawks. A bit of a run on interior players here. Like Taylor's upside. He's a good fit for Seattle's defense. Drazon Newton. The Jags could use some interior pass rush. That is what Newton brings. A slightly undersized defensive tackle. Love his fit in Jacksonville. Here's a playmaking safety for the Chargers, number 23, Cameron Kinchins. That looked pretty good against my alma mater, Miami, Ohio. Still the real Miami, but we know which one's better at football. It's fine. Number 24, the Miami Dolphins, take Patrick Paul out of Houston. I don't trust Austin Jackson. Let's try again with a new later first-round pick. Paul will get plenty of love, I think, if he plays like he has earlier on in his NFL career, or in his college career this season. All right, folks, name a sleeper round 1 NFL draft prospect. Who you got? Drop that player name for me in the comment section right now. Number 25, Tyler Nubin fills a big need for the Packers at safety. I like Nubin. I think he's a really good safety prospect. Maybe more of a top 40 guy than a top 25 guy, but the need makes sense. Nate Wiggins out of Clemson. I don't blame him for the disaster in week 1. I thought he played pretty well, actually. Wiggins, though, fits the size that Dan Quinn likes, and I doubt Stephon Gilmore is there. Cooper DeJean out of Iowa. Another good Iowa cornerback coming out, maybe even better than Riley Moss was last year. Ravens have the big need. If you watched FSU LSU, you saw my boy Keon Coleman go off. He was awesome in that game. Michigan State had Jaden Reed and Keon Coleman, and they couldn't throw the ball that well. Quarterback play was terrible. Now with Jordan Travis, who's also a good draft prospect, probably day 2, day 3, Coleman is getting real round 1 buzz. Liatu Latu out of UCLA. This is kind of some Drake Jackson insurance. I wanted to get him in round 1. He was, again, bad competition. He was unblockable in week 1. A ton of pressures, some sacks mixed in there. So I wanted to mention him. Might not be a huge need for the Niners if Drake Jackson plays well, but if not, could make some sense. Ja'Tavion Sanders out of Texas. Everyone loves Brock Bowers, as they should. Don't sleep on JT Sanders. I think he's going to have a really nice year this season for Texas. Barrett Carter. The Eagles don't take linebackers in round 1. That's not their MO, so I acknowledge that, but also say he's a good player. It does fill a need. Maybe Philly should break their trend of not investing much in linebacker and go spend a premium pick on a damn good player. Rome Odunze out of Washington, the Huskies wide receiver. I'm going to keep mocking receivers to the Chiefs until someone emerges as a viable number 1 threat. Well, that's Kadarius Toney, Sky Moore, Rashee Rice. Keep throwing picks since they probably might not bring back MVS next year. All right, who did I leave out of my mock draft? I promise you there are several names that stand out. Let me know who I should have included in my round 1 NFL mock draft. Some other top prospects I wanted to mention. I actually like Riley Leonard again. It's a really good quarterback class. Bo Nix in that conversation. It's a good class. Might not all be legitimate franchise guys, but I think there are a bunch of backups, a bunch of good backups coming out of this class at minimum. Xavier Worthy, want to mention him. I like Jason Marshall from Florida, but he got burnt pretty bad on 1 rep. McKinley Jackson, Michael Hall, both defensive tackles who have some very good upside.